Top of the morning to you all on this very rainy Sunday morning at south of the border. Today we are, fortunately enough, getting out of this area. The tropical depression is almost here, I do believe, if it hasn't passed already. But we're gonna get out of here either way. So without further ado, let's get the going, shall we? Old Interstate 95, we meet again. These cars are seeming to just fly around me because they don't like the fact that I'm traveling a safe speed. But my theory is people are gonna do that no matter what weather Mother Nature presents us. And if they want to go around me, I say let them, because I'd rather be safe and arrive in one piece than be scooped up off of the side of the highway or on the highway. Wilmington, North Carolina. That's where a lot of TV shows were actually filmed. One Tree Hill, for example, which I heard they're doing a reboot of, by the way. That was a good show. Chad Michael Murray, Hillary, whatever her name was. I forget her name. It's been so long. Sophia Bush, whatever her name was. I forget. As much as I think the worst of the storm may be over, I am now stuck in a 24-minute traffic jam on I-95. My arrival time has extended from 7:29 p.m. to 7:41 p.m. I know they're doing construction on 95, but there may also be standing water ahead, or there is probably a major traffic accident. Stay with me, guys. We'll see what happens. I've been sitting in the traffic jam for about 15 to 17 minutes. It's moving along pretty steadily, though. I've only got about 8 minutes left, according to my maps. 8 minutes left in the traffic jam. It looks like the rain has eased up a little bit, so let's just keep our fingers crossed and hope for the best. I think I see a light at the end of the tunnel, guys. I think I see it. It's coming up. Yes. Yes. Maybe not. Maybe not. Whoa, standing water, guys. Look at this. Wow. Wow. Jeez. Thank you very much, Chantel. Your donation of water is not appreciated. But folks, we're out of the traffic jam. We are out and we are on our way once again. Let's go. Woohoo! This tractor trailer ahead of me was in this lane. I was on the outside right lane, and as I was going around him, as I was passing him, he started to fishtail a little bit on and off the road. So that made me feel really uneasy. Like literally, I felt unsafe around him. So I waited for him to go past. Then I simply was like, okay, I'm just gonna get behind you. But I gotta follow at a pretty good distance, because I definitely don't wanna see him brake fast and me end up running into the back of him. Unfortunately, I had an accident with my very first vehicle. I didn't get my driver's license until I was 18, and eventually I got myself my first vehicle. It was a 1984 Ford Ranger, and a friend of my dad's, who was actually rebuilding his 67 Corvette Stingray, he completely stripped the paint off of the truck and rebuilt the whole thing and slapped it with a fresh coat of bright neon yellow, exactly the kind I wanted. And I picked up the truck, I brought it home, and 5 hours later I crashed it into the back of a tractor trailer. So I definitely don't want to relive that that occasion again. I'm sure all of you guys know this, but the bars that are on the back of the tractor trailers there, the ones that are red and white there, the bars, they call it a Mansfield bar. Some people may not realize that, but they call it a Mansfield bar, named after the late actress and model Jane Mansfield, because tragically she was killed when her car went directly under the back of a tractor trailer, killing her instantly. And her daughter, of course, is actress Mariska Hargitay from Law & Order SVU. As a matter of fact, Mariska has a documentary that's coming out about her mother. And she was actually in the car that night with her mother when the accident occurred. Her brothers and her were sound asleep in the back seat, and she still to this day bears a small scar on her forehead from the accident. But just wanted to throw that out there. The Mansfield bar, named after Jane Mansfield. Well, the weather did let up for a while, and now it's looking like it's about to downpour again. Oh boy, this could suck. How you doing, everyone? Zach from The Incredible Impression here. Stormy day, rainy day, bad day. Down 95, I'm sorry, up 95. We're heading up north, as I mentioned yesterday, and today a million gazillion times. This time we are headed to Lancaster, Pennsylvania. I've been around Floridians too long who call it Lancaster. Anyway, join me as we venture up north to our next destination. Stopped off here at Love's Truck Stop to stretch the legs. They're doing a lot of construction on Interstate 95 heading north, so many of the exits are closed. This was the nearest one I could find, so let's just keep going. Ah, crash ahead. Would you looky there? Whoa, that looks pretty severe. Jeez. Stopped off here in Kenly, North Carolina, because this is the Kenly 95 truck stop. By far the biggest truck stop in this area. They've got a huge showroom, a truck showroom in there. I'm gonna walk around, take a look, maybe go to Wendy's or something, get something to eat. I have never eaten at Iron Skillet before, but I don't know, maybe I'll try it. I don't know. I got some time to kill. You know, when I see this place, it reminds me of the Iowa 80 truck stop in Iowa, the biggest truck stop in the world. Sometime I gotta go there and see it. Anyway, let's go on in here and take a look. Wow. I forgot how huge this place was. Look at this old truck. Dodge Power Wagon. Last time I was here was, I believe, back in whenever Hurricane Irma hit, because the family and I, as you know, we had to evacuate, and we were on our way to Hatteras with my roommate's family. And last time I was here, they had they still do. They have a whole bunch of guitars hanging on the walls. And I don't know if they're autographed or what, but this is the souvenir shop and the showroom. Not going to spend too much time in here, because I want to get something to eat and get going. But look at these. They got all these swords and stuff here, these knives. This is pretty cool. Wow, those are neat. I would definitely get the red one because red's my favorite color. Look at these lights. These are awesome. I forgot just how massive this truck stop really is. I mean, this place is huge. Sometime I am gonna travel over to Iowa, to the Iowa 80 truck stop. I hear their meatloaf is the best in the world. Even though I'm not really a big fan of meatloaf, if somebody says that it's good, then they're probably not wrong. Look at these. There's one of the lighthouses up there. Kenley 95. And there's even a light turning around in there. See that? You got the trucks over here. And here's a bunch of the guitars. They're about $171 per. They look like they're generic brand guitars, but they're still cool. Honcho. You know, Tony is probably going to be salivating over these things. It's kind of a good thing I didn't bring him along. Because he will not let me leave this place. He will drag me around and everything. I really like that one up there. I know Tony would be all over that thing. Look at this. They got mattresses for trucks. Because some truckers, they actually sleep in the cabs of their trucks. That's a little too hard for me. Now that's more like it. And these bamboo pillows are really, really neat. They're really comfortable too. I have one at home. Original Super Plush. This has a cooling feeling to it. That one's got a nice cooling feeling too. Like, I could literally spend hours in here. Whoa! Look at this guy. Aye, matey. Nice big red truck. This is a full-size tractor trailer. They got all the lighthouses on there. They got a lobster for Maine. They got Philadelphia, the Liberty Bell. Washington, D.C. Incidentally, we will be back in Washington on the 8th. We're going to go back there. We're going to visit some of the things that we missed last time. Of course, we got Florida. Gotta have Florida. The space shuttle, the Gators, everything. Daytona 500. Neato. This is pretty much the entire United States on a truck mural. And wow, they've even got the 9/11 memorial right there. That's neat. Whole bunch of truck parts and stuff. Here's another truck over here. This is whoa, this is the Prowler. Whoa. This thing used to actually spin around. I do remember that. But looks like it's not spinning anymore. It would be cool if it did though. This is mainly your area to get truck parts and stuff. Whoa, what's this? The Lincoln Chrome. Kenley Cup, Best in Show sponsor. Wow. Presented to Joshua Teal, 2001 Peterbilt 379, 2024 Best in Show Kenley Cup champion. That is one massive trophy. Even people in Hollywood don't get awards like that. They get a little piece, and I'm willing to bet the trophies for Hollywood, like the Oscars and the Academy Awards, I'm willing to bet anything that those are just wood with a plastic layer over it and painted gold. I'm willing to bet anything. You got some military section over here. Oh wow, they got a whole bunch of pins and stuff. They got the Purple Heart. These are just examples. I don't think they're for sale or anything. They might be actually. Yeah, my grandfather on my mom's side served in the 9th Armored Division in World War II. And my grandfather on my dad's side drove the tanks. I don't remember what division he was in World War II, but my dad was part of the Air National Guard. Right there, he was part of the 193rd Unit out of Middletown, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. I gotta do something here. Whack bam. So, also, speaking of the pins and the badges and stuff, when I had my Sgt. Pepper outfit that I bought from Marsha at Cellophane Flowers Inspired Costumes, which incidentally, if you're a Beatles tribute artist or just a Beatles collector and you want a darn good replica of a Sgt. Pepper costume, go to Cellophane Flowers Inspired Costumes on Facebook. I'll pop the link in the description so you guys can find her, but she makes great replicas, almost completely accurate replicas of the Sgt. Pepper costumes. Now going back to the medals and stuff, Ringo and John had 6 medals each strewn about their suits. You can actually get replicas of those. They had a mini MBE, they had the Italy Star, the oh god, it was the Italy Star, the 19-something through 19-something star. It was a whole bunch of stuff, but you can find them online. You just got to Google them, miniature medals replicas, and you can find them on there. Now, Paul and George had regular MBEs on theirs. They actually put their MBEs that they got from the Queen on their Sgt. Pepper outfits. But you can find them. They're not impossible to find. I actually had them on my Pepper suit. But, okay, I'm pretty hungry, so I'm gonna go get something to eat. After careful thought and consideration, I've decided I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go to Iron Skillet for the first time in my life. Nice little restaurant. They actually had meatloaf on the menu, but I decided against that, even though it would be nice. I ended up ordering the smothered steer steak, which I guess is like a Hamburg steak with mushrooms, gravy, and onions. And I just ordered 2 starches with it. Mashed potatoes and gravy and hash browns. Now I was thinking about going with the Texas size steer patty, but I found out that it would be 2 patties. It would be an entire pound of protein. And I was like, I don't think I could do that. Actually, maybe I should, because that way I can keep some of it for dinner tonight, because I'm probably not going to be able to stop anywhere to eat. Man, this is a nice little place, though. I will admit, it is nice. Member US 301 Association. You know, every time I see US 301, guess what I think of? Home. I live right off of Highway 301 in Wildwood, Florida. Incidentally, on July 13th, I'm going to be in Wildwood, New Jersey. That's right, because my friends, I don't know if they remember me, but they should. The Mahoney Brothers, the wonderful tribute act. I've known them since I was like 9 years old, seeing them at Hershey Park. I've not seen them in over a decade and a half. I'm going to be seeing them on the 13th. I'm going to surprise them at their show, and I will document the show, by the way, right here for all you guys. So, from Wildwood, Florida to Wildwood, New Jersey, I just can't steer clear of Wildwood, can I? Now, that is something I was not expecting. Texas size, I changed it to, and I'm sorry if I am dumbfounded in my speech, but I cannot believe how big this is. Oh my goodness. My first bite. Like butter. Well, I must say that experience was totally quick pan. Incredible. That place is awesome. I could spend hours in there, but I guess I probably should move on, because don't want to be on the road all day long. But oh yeah, first of all, I gotta fuel up, so better do that now. Fill up accomplished. Merging back on to 95. Estimated time of arrival, 9:29 p.m. So we've hit another traffic jam. They're saying that there's some crashes up ahead. So I don't know if that's true or not, but we'll have to see. So even though they said it was an accident, there was no accident. Or if there was, they already cleared it up. But we're in the clear now. Onward. About to cross over into another state. Goodbye, North Carolina. Hello, Virginia. Still got about 301 miles remaining. 4 hours and 39 minutes to be exact. Estimated time of arrival, 9:21 p.m. So I think I took a bit of a shortcut probably, because before we hit the Kenley 95 rest stop, it said that we were about 6.5 hours away. Now it's saying we're 4 hours and 39 minutes away. So either A, traffic cleared up, or B, I unexpectedly took a shortcut route. I have no idea. But it is nice to travel the highways of old road Americana and see the sights, even if it's dense forest on both sides. You know, being from Florida, it's really weird when you get up north and you're expecting to see palm trees, and you're not going to see any of those, unless of course you're at a nursery or something and they got, you know, palm trees there or what have you. But I'm pretty sure palm trees don't survive or won't survive in Pennsylvania, especially because of the winter. But anyway, I'm gonna keep going here. Got a little bit of time left. Okay, I correct myself. GPS didn't update back there. It was kind of jumping around because of the forest on both sides, signal, etc. So we have 5 hours and 10 minutes, 298 miles, estimated time of arrival 9:56 p.m. So sometimes the GPS will do that. It'll get your hopes up, you know, oh, I don't have that far. Then all of a sudden it updates and you're like, oh, crap. You know, just a little bit ago, I got my hopes all up because I was like, ooh, I'm finally out of the bad weather. The weather's starting to look up. Careful what you get your hopes up for, because the weather is turning bad again. As a matter of fact, in the center of your screen almost, you can see the rain gathering over in the clouds. And straight ahead is wet roads. So careful what you get your hopes up for. I thought that things were looking up, but apparently not. Right there to your left, guys, is the Philip Morris USA factory. That's where they make cigarettes. Marlboros, Merit, L&M, all those things. Just wanted to point that out. We are about 233 miles from our destination. We're right near Richmond, Virginia. Ooh! There's the city of Richmond ahead of us. You know, we are making great time. We still have 230 miles left to go, but we're making great time here. Traffic is not as bad as I thought it would be. I'm just so glad that I'm not like Cousin Larry Appleton on Perfect Strangers, where he and Balky are driving to his wedding, and he has Balky driving, and he's carrying his clipboard and has his stopwatch in his hand and his pens behind his ear and stuff. And he's like, we are making excellent time. We were not supposed to pass that speed limit sign for another 35 and a half seconds. And then, I'm sorry, if that were me, I would not be able to deal with someone like that. I'd be saying the exact same thing that Balky said to him. You know, cousin, this would have been so much easier if you and your clipboard and your maps and your stopwatch all took the bus and met me at the wedding. Attitude flare-up, right on schedule. I'm sorry, I'd be pulling the car over and being like, either you get out or I get out. Because actually we're in my car, so you get out, cousin. You walk. I would definitely not be able to stand someone like that. But alright guys, enough baloney. Coming up around the corner there, if you can see it, you can of course see the sign, is King's Dominion. I was gonna stop in and see if maybe I could at least get a distance look from the parking lot or something of the Eiffel Tower they got there, but I'm still stuck in this traffic jam, and it keeps adding time onto the minutes that go by, that the wait is. So I don't think I'll stop right now. Maybe I'll do it on the way home or something. But anyway guys, this is a little frustrating, but let's just keep going. And we are nearing the end of the traffic jam. We've only got about a minute left in the traffic jam, and we are out then. We have maybe a little bit of a yellow zone to go through, just slow traffic, but I'm not going to count that as a traffic jam. I do have to stop off soon and fill up the tank and stretch my legs. I feel all cramped. So, yeah, we're going to keep going for now. Yes, sir. Yet another darn traffic jam. this is the part of the vlog where everything just starts to get more boring and boring and boring. But the current time is 7:40, and again, I'm still in Virginia. Still have a long time to go. 178 miles, 2 hours and 15 minutes. Could this drive go any slower? Oops. Now it probably will, since I said something. Anyway, guys, I don't think this vlog's gonna last very much longer, because I don't want to keep boring you guys with constant traffic jams. So, but we'll see where it goes. At this point, might as well just go to Washington. And I did not know this. I did not know that there was a place called Sportsylvania. Could that be my stop? Yeah, I wish. Look at this purple truck. That's pretty cool. By the way, have you guys seen those new vans and trucks, like for businesses, that have LED walls on them? Like there's nothing but LED signs on them. What the heck is technology becoming nowadays? My goodness. Why can't we just do it the old-fashioned way? A paper, a pen, or a pencil? Why must everything be digitalized now, or computers, or AI? Man, this is getting out of hand. Pretty soon at gas pumps, I told my mom this earlier, pretty soon at gas pumps, there's going to be no more self-serve. Instead, you're going to have robots pumping your gas for you. Jeez. Look off to your left, you can see the Washington Monument, and straight ahead is the Jefferson Memorial. Folks, we're in Washington, D.C. Welcome to Maryland, guys. That's going to do it for today. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for putting up with all the traffic jams with me. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell notification so you'll know when more incredible videos, my voice just cracked, so you'll know when more incredible vlogs are coming your way. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. One last thing, guys. I just got a comment on last night's vlog from south of the border from Shaynap9713, who commented literally just past your car. I'm assuming it was probably on the Washington-Baltimore Parkway, since the comment just literally came in not too long ago. So Shaynap9713, special shout out to you. Thank you for leaving the comment. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Show your support. I'd really appreciate it. And at 9:54 p.m., Pennsylvania welcomes us. And the incredible impression for today is over.